Hey guys, welcome back to the whiteboard. It's Mr. Hammond here. Today we're going to be quickly talking about decimals and division. So we're going to be dividing some decimals. We have to use some previous skills, which is multiplication, just to bring the decimal up to a whole number to make our lives a little bit easier. Real quick recap for anybody that has done division before. In a division equation, the second number is your divisor, the first number is your dividend. And when you have it in a long division situation, your divisor is in the little, I like to call it cubby, and then your dividend is underneath the table. So without further ado, real quick, we have first example, 3.6 divided by 0.7. To make our lives easier, let's turn these into whole numbers. And to do that, we use multiplication. I multiply both numbers by 10 because it's really simple. My place value is to the 10th. So to get rid of the 10th, I multiply by 10. 3.6 multiplied by 10 gives me an answer of 36. I usually do long multiplication to do that. Do whatever strategy works for you to help you out. And same thing, 0.7, multiply that by 10 gives me an answer of 7. Now, if you look at the strategy here and you look at the pattern, well, whenever you multiply by 10, you're just moving the decimal over once to the right. 10 has 1 0, you move the decimal one time to the right, right? And then it would be so on and so forth. If you have 100, and if you multiply by 100, you have 2 zeros, so you move the decimal over to the right twice. Then all of a sudden we just put everything in our division equation, right? 36 divided by 7 now, and you do the math, right? I know that 7 can go into 36 5 times, gives me an answer of 35. 36 subtract 35 leaves me with 1. But now 7 can't go into 1, and we're not looking for remainders, we're looking for decimals. So what you do is you add the decimal there to get you the rest of 36. Because 36 is the same as 36.0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and so on and so forth. Alright? I bring that 0 down, that gives me the number 10. 7 can go into 10 one time. 1 times 7 is 7. Subtract that, that gives me an answer of 3. 7 can't go into 3, so I get to the next 0, bring it down, that's 30. 7 can go into 30 28 times. 4 times to give me the answer of 28, and then this just keeps going on and on and on until you get either a terminating decimal or a repeating. So that's that. Now, what happens if your divisor is bigger than your dividend? Well, this is how now we're going to get into our smaller numbers, right? Our quarters, our halves, our thirds. In this case, are 2/10, right? But we have to do the same thing, make it a whole number. 0.5, to get that into a whole number, I have my place value of a 10th, so I'm going to multiply it by 10. Gives me an answer of 5. Same pattern is happening. If you multiply it by 10, there's 1 0, so you're moving that decimal over once to get 5. 2.4, multiply by 10, doesn't give me 240, gives me 24. Alright, I'm moving that decimal from 2.4 over down to the 4 and 0, give me an answer of 24. And then it's the same thing, you put everything in the equation. How many times can 24 get into a 5? Well, it can't. So we multiply by 0, gives us an answer of 0, then we bring down the zeros that are behind it. Because 5 could be written such as 5.00000. 0, 0, 0, 0, and so on and so forth. Alright? And then you just do the math again with your long division, and it's either going to give you a terminating or a repeating decimal, and that's really all it is to dividing decimals. Remember, turn them into whole numbers, makes your life easier. And the pattern with multiplying by tens or 100 or 1,000 is you move it over to the right depending on how many zeros you have in that number. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave me any comments on the strategies that you use if it's different than this. Stay safe, stay out of trouble, and happy learning.